Okay, guys, we are going to talk about organic social media traffic. And specifically in this video, you're going to learn about really identifying your target audience, seeing where they're located online so you can be in front of them, really how to identify your winning products so that you really know what you're selling and you can make promotional materials to drive to what you're selling. You're going to learn how to create a traffic driving plan. Also, you're going to learn how to create an integrated social media strategy, one that's not just Facebook, not just Instagram, not just YouTube, but really how to integrate them so that they work together. You're going to learn how to create great keywords for YouTube, and you'll use a similar strategy for Pinterest. And lastly, you're going to hear about some of my favorite resources I use for helping me with my social media. First, before we really get started, we need to ask you just a couple of questions. Number one, who are you looking to attract? Can you answer these questions? One, who is my target audience? Two, where are they located? Three, what do you want them to think about your company, your brand, your business, about you? Four, how will you attract them to your products and services using your online traffic sources? Five, who are those competitors? Six, how are they products? Can you model anything that they are doing with your unique edge so people will relate to you as the expert? Second, what are you selling? I think people go into this just want to build an audience and add value, and sometimes that works. But for me, it has often worked when I really looked at is the money coming in. So what will you be selling them, right? Is there a suite of products that you can offer? Is it something that they really need? Is it something that they really desire or want? Is it truly a win product that's different and offers a unique and innovative approach for them? And can it be put into a suite of other attractive programs and services so that one leads to another, hence your funnel? All right, let's go ahead and get started. So get out your piece of paper and get ready to get really excited about creating something that you can do consistently that may come natural to you. You just haven't been doing it on a consistent, rhythmic basis so that it has attracted your perfect client. So, choose your sources. What do you work with? I know people who have been really successful with Instagram and YouTube, and then they will integrate a little bit of Pinterest thing. And other people that are all about LinkedIn and Twitter. So what are the social media places that you already are hanging out, you know about, and you want to play with consistently? Choose 2 to 3 of these. Now, about organic social media and how they're going to get directly from an Insta page or a Facebook page right into your web home. Why do you want your web home? Because you want to get them on some sort of list. It could be a messenger list, it could be an SMS list, it could be an opt-in email list, it could be all 3. So say, for example, you're selling an 8-part video training experience on your expertise. Let's start looking at what platforms you really want to be the expert on, what platform you really want to show up on. Besides just posting on a platform, now we've got Instagram stories, we've got live video, we've got IGE, we've got Facebook Messenger. And not to overwhelm you, but if you are going to be an early adopter, you should probably be an early adopter of some of these newer things. It helps you stand out. It really makes a difference. And it really makes you really feel like you're there for your audience. It's really important to have a diversified social media strategy. And I'm going to give you an example later in this presentation, but consider this. Really use the right social media platforms for what they are meant for, and use a suite of them instead of just Facebook. Platforms like YouTube, Pinterest are really about search engine optimization, having a way to drive traffic to wherever you want it to go. In fact, YouTube and Pinterest are really more like a search engine machine social media platform. While creating this diverse strategy, sure one, that you offer them value in every post, video, or pin by knowing your audience and crafting content that really speaks directly to them. And it has to be what they want to hear, something that inspires them, or something that teaches them. Number two, stay active. You can post once, but if you don't post again for another 2 weeks, people will not engage with you. They don't feel like you're really there for them, and they love brands that will reply directly to them. So let's talk about your strategy. What will your strategy be? So I wanted to show you a little example as we enter this land of what is your strategy. This is one of the women. Her name is Alex Beaton, and she is just an expert in so many areas of marketing. She really positions herself as an Instagram story expert and puts her work out on all platforms, really gets you engaged, and you know exactly what she is up to. So here's an example. Here's one of her pins that she recently put on Instagram. And it's 3 tips to optimize your Instagram name. She positions herself as your favorite marketer, if you didn't notice. So basically she's like, I am the one, I am your favorite online marketer. So right here from the start, not only do you think if you're going to click on this, you're going to learn something, but she also positions herself as your favorite marketer. So I absolutely love this. When you click on this post, you get pretty much a 1, 2, 3 breakdown, and she creates a post that talks directly to her audience and educates her audience. Now, don't you think that that's a lot of value for her people if she consistently writes up these things that people are asking her? People are asking her, how do I create a great bio, right? And she just outlines it right here. There's a post that tells you exactly what you're going to get, and it offers value. Now, not only does it offer value, but at the very end of this post and several of her posts, she kind of gives you a way to take the next step. So she first calls her Alex, the Instagram story queen. And then she asks if you're ready to master your launch strategy, that she has this new method and this free masterclass out so you can join her. She even lets you know that what the product is that's going to be promoted in it. She's like, so basically here, I've got this launch expansion method, my free masterclass, it opens soon, followed by my Together We Launch, which is her paid program. And I know that because she offered that before. So then she's like, who's excited? And then she uses emojis to make you excited. And then, of course, this is followed by hashtags and other things to attract her perfect audience. So, I mean, how simple is this? Create a post, educate them, give them a PS call to action for something free, let them know what's paid, and there you go. Now, here's where she gives you even more. So now she has on her story, you know, another new post like why you're a super fan, why your super fans watch your stories. So somebody has probably along the way asked her, hey, I want to know, why do people really want to watch stories? And then she created this post to educate them and what the real reason is why people want to watch your stories. Now, this also then goes to that similar format where there is like step-by-step education. And at the very end, she gives you something for free and that masterclass. She continues to do similar things like this every day on her Instagram story. And you can do these kind of stories on both Instagram, Facebook, and then you can also make a similar pin so that people will also consume your content or go from Pinterest to your Instagram and then sign up for maybe an evergreen webinar or an evergreen masterclass. And then you've got an ongoing evergreen machine. Here's one of her Pinterest examples. And I was just kind of seeing if she posted the exact same content that she did on Instagram that she did on Pinterest. And it's not, but it's kind of even more awesome because her podcast is set up to do these beautiful pins, and her podcast is also on educating you. So one of her podcasts were on the behind the scenes of her launch, and she shares in that podcast how she launches a course, and then she promotes Together We Launch. It just totally makes sense. It would just totally be the next step for you. So let's talk a little bit about keywords, titles, and this means keywords for a YouTube, especially we're going to talk about YouTube here, but this could also be titles and keywords also that you put in Instagram, Instagram hashtags. Right now, a lot of the hashtags are just one word, but you know soon it's going to be these longer tail hashtags and things will come up with people actually searching for something. So most YouTubers use this free, it's like a extension that goes in your app. It's called YouTube Buddy, and you can find it for free and install it at tubebuddy.com, and it'll help you with this little example that I have on the right here. And basically what it does is it, you type in a keyword in the search bar on YouTube, and then it tells you your keyword score. And it says, here's how many people are searching for it, and here's the competition. Now, if it's really in the green, that means there's not a lot of competition. And you see it's kind of in the orange here, so it means not too many people are searching for it. So it is relatively unique. If somebody would search for it, you'd probably be like the first or second video that would come up on this. So this would be a very good keyword. And it's like 3 to 5 words that you would put together. It could be like monetizing YouTube, right? Or it could be, and that's like the simplest example of all, but it could, include something like, my 4-step productivity method, which would probably not show up very good because it's a little too specific. So then it could say how to get motivated again, right? Because some people have got to be searching for that. Depending what your area of expertise is, those would be some possible good things to search utilizing this tool. Once you do this search, also look at what other people are posting on their YouTube, how their channel's doing. Play with this. I really think anything that is like 60%, like this example is 72 out of 100. I really feel like anything that's like 60 out of 100 is a relatively good keyword that you could use for a title, or you could put it in the tag area. Now, if you have a topic that you did a YouTube video on, then a great idea would be also to go to Pinterest and use that same topic, how to monetize on YouTube, or how I monetized on YouTube, or whatever keyword you choose for the topic of this video. You create a pin, and then that pin can go directly to this YouTube video. Now, what you could also do then is go to Instagram and create an Instagram post that would give like 3 or 4 things that are in the video. And then you can also lead them over to the video. And that's where you've got some cross-platform going on. So in looking at your strategy, the important thing and the most important thing with this strategy is to make a plan and keep doing it. And that means keep consistently doing it for at least 21 to 30 days. Now, in my Quest program, we call that a sprint. And I feel like that's a good time to kind of look, like, did this work? Was this plan, is this something that will grow if I keep doing it? And then you can decide if you'll stick with it for a long time, right? If it's exhausting and frustrating and you want to throw things every day, that's probably not the social media strategy you want. But there's probably something else out there, and maybe something even simpler that you could try. Consider this. What time of day and when will you post? Sometimes people post in the morning and in the late afternoon, and they find that works. But what I have heard is when you post really matters, and to consistently do it. Then you need to ask yourself, how much will I post? Will it be like once a day, twice a week? What works for you to try first? And then will you direct them to a free offer or a tiny offer? Will you get them to your YouTube page? Will you get them to that free masterclass webinar? Where are you sending them? And will that help you grow a list, grow an audience, and keep them interested in your work over time? And then you need to look at what will the programs be behind all this, right? How are you going to make money after you get them to opt in or get on Messenger? How will you get them to buy from you? And are those programs evergreen? Could they be evergreen in the future? Or what does that look like? Whatever content you're creating, make sure it has some great visuals. Here's my link to Canva so that you can make some great visuals. It's free, and it also has a paid integration. So there's one of the great resources that if you don't know about it already, you are going to want to know about it. Lastly, before we stop and we talk about joint venture traffic and Facebook ad traffic, I just want to kind of thank you, and I hope that this really opened your heart to creating something greater in your life and in your business, remember to keep it simple. I mean, more than anything else, like really clean, really simple will change everything.